can't take much more of this, Captain. No, seriously, I really don't want to play Star Trek the game ever again. This is one of the least imaginative third-person shooters I've ever played. It's got boring, repetitive action, terrible character animations, plenty of bugs, and about a dozen other reasons you should avoid this like the plague. And the only thing playing in co-op adds is company to misery.
Please assist me, Captain.
You know, if we weren't trying to save the entire universe, this might actually be fun.
If you say so, Captain.
At first glance, it looked like it could have been okay. We get to play as the iconic duo of Captain James T. Kirk and Mr. Spock, which is cool. The entire movie cast showed up to do the voice acting, with varying degrees of success.
Captain, they have issued a request for immediate evacuation.
Then let's help them out.
And most of the character models and textures actually look pretty good, especially on the PC version. It also makes great use of the movie's sound effects and music for some really impressive sci-fi firefights, at least for the Starfleet weapons. And then they opened their mouths and I saw the hilariously terrible facial animations and heard the shamefully cheesy dialogue.
Sirach is Tamar's father, and a great mentor to myself and the Vulcan people.
Sorry?
That's when I realized I was in for a half-assed, disappointing Star Trek experience. I can't say this is the dumbest Star Trek plot I've ever seen, but I'd definitely place it among the simplest and least interesting. Evil aliens from the Jurassic Park Nebula have stolen a superweapon and are threatening to use it to take over the galaxy, you say? Well, we'd better charge in and shoot everything until we get it back. And then we do. The end. Sorry if I spoiled that non-story for you. Over the course of that riveting tale, we see a fair amount of locations. I did get a kick out of running around the Enterprise for a little bit, but that sterile environment gets old pretty quick. And most of the rest of the settings, particularly the alien ships, are just plain ugly. You know a shooter is going to be dull when the gunplay does absolutely nothing interesting. Boring weapons, enemies that, despite looking like dinosaurs with guns, don't do anything cool, an enemy AI that likes to glitch out and just stand there while you kill it, the hits keep coming. All the gameplay variety that Star Trek attempts is a flimsy illusion at best and tedious busy work at worst. You get to choose to play as Kirk or Spock, but outside of a Vulcan neck pinch animation, there's literally zero difference between them. And did there need to be a swimming level? Did we have to have several instances of lame corridor flying and futuristic squirrel suits? Was that simplistic portal knockoff transporter gun level necessary? Or multiple different hacking mini-games, each dumber than the last? All of those are poorly done, and none of them did anything other than make me miss the boring shooting. Playing in co-op doesn't feel like it adds anything significant either, except for a bunch of obligatory, rehashed buddy mechanics. With a couple of rare exceptions, it's just this over and over and over again. If you're not playing co-op though, the AI takes over for the other guy, and you can probably guess how that works out. My AI Spock was so incompetent that when I got incapacitated, it would often just cheat and revive me automatically because he was too busy getting stuck on a wall somewhere to help me out. As an added bonus, Star Trek is just full of bugs. Here's one example. The phaser is supposed to get a charged shot ability, but every time I tried to fire it while playing as Spock, it literally exploded in my face. That's kind of symbolic when you think about it.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Right behind you, sir.
Star Trek feels like playing an unfinished version of a game that, even when it's finished, still wouldn't be very good. There isn't so much as a scrap of imagination or originality in this whole thing. And it's a flat-out waste of the source material, the sound effects, and the voice cast. Even if you're a lifelong Star Trek fan like I am, you don't want to be anywhere near this thing. For more on why you probably shouldn't play Star Trek the game, keep it on IGN.